In the timeless sands of ancient Egypt, where the gods walked among the mortals and the Nile whispered secrets of the universe, there lived a wise man known as Seneb, a keeper of temple scrolls and a seeker of divine truths. His wisdom was sought by pharaohs and peasants alike, and his knowledge was deep, woven with the teachings of the gods themselves. Seneb's greatest legacy would come to be known through 4 sacred agreements that promised a life of freedom and joy to those who practiced them. Our story begins on the eve of the festival of the inundation, a time when the Nile's floods renewed the land. Seneb was preparing the temple for the coming celebrations when he encountered a troubled young farmer named Merit. Desperate for guidance, Merit approached Seneb, for his crops had failed and his spirit was burdened. "O wise Seneb," Merit implored, "I am lost in the whispers of misfortune and despair. How can I find my way when the gods seem silent?" Seneb, perceiving the weight upon Merit's heart, decided to reveal to him the first sacred agreement, known as the Agreement of Impeccability. "Speak with impeccability, young Merit," Seneb instructed, his eyes reflecting the light of the setting sun. "For words are not merely sounds, but the very magic of creation itself. When you speak, do so with the purity and precision of Thoth, the god of wisdom. Let no word against yourself or others escape your lips. For to speak with carelessness is to invoke chaos into your soul." Grateful yet puzzled, Merit nodded, willing to grasp the profound wisdom Seneb offered. The next morning, as the festival's joy filled the air, Merit observed his own words, choosing them with care, and noticed a lightness in his being he had not felt before. As the days of celebration continued, Merit returned to Seneb, eager to delve deeper into the wisdom of the sacred agreements. Seneb, pleased with his pupil's eagerness, shared the second agreement, known as the Agreement of Openness. "Do not take anything personally, Merit," he said, while they walked along the lush banks of the Nile. "Just as the river does not resent the path it flows, do not burden your heart with the actions or words of others. What they do is the journey of their own making, shaped by the God's will and their own heart's intents. You are but a witness to their path, as they are to yours." With each word from Seneb, Merit felt the scales of judgment and blame fall away, freeing him from the weight of others' deeds and opinions. His heart, once heavy with doubt, now danced like the papyrus reeds in the wind. As the festival neared its end, Merit, transformed by the first 2 agreements, sought Seneb for further guidance. Under the silver glow of the moon, beside the great obelisk standing guard over the temple, Seneb shared the 3rd sacred agreement, the Agreement of Effortlessness. "Do not make assumptions, dear Merit. Like the desert mirage, assumptions lead travelers astray. Ask questions, seek to understand, and communicate clearly to navigate the sands of life. Assume nothing, and every step will lead you closer to truth." With each agreement, Merit's vision of the world and himself grew clearer and more profound. He realized how his own assumptions had clouded his judgment and led him to misinterpret the actions and intentions of those around him. As the last night of the festival wrapped the land in a tapestry of stars, Merit and Seneb stood by the sacred river, ready to embrace the final wisdom that would complete the cycle of agreements. However, this part of the story awaits, ready to unfold, as we dive deeper into the transformative wisdom that Seneb has yet to share, a revelation that promises to echo through the chambers of the heart like the timeless hymns of the Nile. As the night draped its serene veil over the bustling energy of the festival's end, Seneb and Merit found themselves at the edge of the majestic Nile, its waters reflecting the myriad stars above. Here, Seneb prepared to unveil the final sacred agreement, the one that would seal Merit's transformation and guide him towards a life of true freedom and fulfillment. The last of the sacred agreements, Merit, is the agreement of integrity, Seneb began, his voice merging with the gentle lapping of the river. Always do your best. Your best will change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick, under stress, or at peace. Regardless of the circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Merit listened intently, feeling the weight and wisdom of each word. He understood now that his best effort, given any situation, would maintain the harmony within himself and honor the God's will. It was a commitment not to perfection, but to continual growth and self-compassion. Armed with these 4 agreements, impeccability with words, openness to life's happenings, clarity in communication, and integrity in action, Merit felt as if a new path had been illuminated for him, one that led away from the shadows of doubt and towards a future bright with promise. In the weeks and months that followed, Merit applied these agreements to his life. His farm flourished as if blessed by Isis herself. His relationships deepened and his heart lightened. He became known not just as a farmer, but as a wise man in his own right, a testament to the transformative power of Seneb's teachings. Meanwhile, Seneb continued his role as a temple keeper, his wisdom growing deeper with each passing day. The story of Merit's transformation spread across the lands, from the bustling marketplaces of Memphis to the quarry pits of Aswan, inspiring others to seek out Seneb for guidance. His teachings, rooted in the ancient wisdom, yet revolutionary in their simplicity, started a movement of mindfulness and integrity that transcended the social and economic boundaries of ancient Egypt. Years later, as Seneb aged and his time on earth neared its end, he decided to etch the 4 agreements onto a stone tablet, placing it in the heart of the temple where it could be seen by all who sought wisdom. The tablet stood not only as a legacy of his teachings, but as a beacon, calling to future generations to live a life of truth, courage, and harmony. As the sun set on Seneb's final day, the gods themselves bore witness to his last breath, a sigh of contentment that merged with the eternal winds of the Nile. He was laid to rest in a tomb adorned with symbols of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and order, honoring his life spent in the pursuit of harmony and understanding. The 4 agreements lived on, their echoes resounding through the ages like the reverberations of a temple gong. They inspired countless souls to seek a deeper connection with the divine and with each other, proving that true wisdom, once kindled, burns eternal. And so, the story of Seneb and Merit, woven into the fabric of ancient Egypt's vast tapestry, reminds us that the power to change our lives and touch the divine lies in the simplest of truths, spoken with the heart and guided by the stars. The book, The 4 Agreements, by Don Miguel Ruiz, is rich with wisdom, but one of the most impactful lessons it offers centers around the 2nd agreement. Don't take anything personally. This agreement teaches that nothing others do is because of you. When someone says something about you, it is a reflection of their own reality, their own dreams, and their own wounds or beliefs. By internalizing this lesson, you learn to shield yourself from the unnecessary pain and conflict that can arise from personalizing others' actions and words. It helps you foster a sense of inner peace and emotional detachment from the opinions and actions of others, which can be transformative. Embracing this agreement allows you to avoid many emotional pitfalls and leads to a more serene and controlled emotional life. It's particularly liberating because it frees you from the burden of others' expectations and judgments, giving you the space to focus on your own growth and self-expression. This lesson can be life-changing in how you interact with the world, promoting a healthier, more resilient mindset that enhances personal and professional relationships. Enjoyed our story today? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with friends who would love it too. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories to life. Subscribe for more lessons and tales each week, and hit the bell icon to never miss out on our adventures in learning. Thank you for watching, and let's continue to build a better future together.